Today I'm going to show you how to make a broccoli cheddar soup, and that is your soup for the soul for this Sunday. So let's get to cooking. We'll start this soup with 2 to 3 tablespoons of avocado oil or your favorite olive oil, and I'm putting it into a pre-warmed soup pot. Next, we're going to add 1 diced yellow onion to the warmed oil. And we're going to stay with this for 4 to 5 minutes. We want those onions to become translucent. So just plan on spending a few moments in front of your stove stirring the onions. Now the onions are translucent, it's time to start spicing up this soup. We'll start with a teaspoon of garlic, and we'll let that cook for about 30 seconds. You don't want the garlic to burn. Next, we're going to add Paul Prudhomme's Vegetable Magic. It's the perfect seasoning for this vegetable-based soup. We'll use a teaspoon. I like to add my seasonings into the pot before I add the vegetables so the heat can activate the spices. Next, we're going to add 1 diced potato. Not just used a russet. You can use whatever kind of potatoes you have in your pantry. Stir that around, let those seasonings kind of soak into that potato or coat the potatoes. And then we'll add some more vegetables. I've got some diced carrots. So we'll add those. That adds a little bit of sweetness to this soup. And then finally, we're going to add the star of the show, which is our broccoli. I've pre-steamed this broccoli. You can use raw if you want. I happen to keep frozen broccoli in the freezer, and these come in bags from Costco, and you can actually just steam them for 5 minutes, and it softens up the florets. This will help minimize the cooking time. Finally, it's time to add our liquids. So you're going to use a quart, which equals 4 cups of your favorite chicken stock. I use this organic chicken stock from Costco. And then you're going to actually add 1 more cup. So you'll need 5 cups of liquid, and have some on reserve in case the soup is a little bit too thick. I've turned the temperature up on the pot because I want this to come to a boil. And then we're going to cover it and let it cook for 20 to 25 minutes. You can do a test of your vegetables, pull out one of the potatoes or carrots in about 20 minutes and see if they're soft. If they are, then you can go to the next step. So let's add that final cup. And it'll take a minute or two for this to come to a boil. Once that's done, I'm going to put the lid on this beautiful pot and let this simmer for 25 minutes. Now I'm going to show you the magic of how to make this broccoli cheddar soup thick. We're going to puree a bag of steamed broccoli in my Vitamix, and I've also added a cup of frozen spinach. So that's going to give it this beautiful green color. If you find that you need to add some liquids, use that chicken stock that you have handy, and you'll see I'm going to have to add some more. And you just kind of stay with this. It won't take more than about a minute to puree. And then we will actually add this to our soup that's been simmering now for 25 to 30 minutes. So you can use your tamper if you have a Vitamix. You can also use an emulsifier if you have one, and just add the broccoli and spinach to your soup and emulsify. But that's going to make a more creamy soup. It won't be quite as hearty as this one. So I like to use my Vitamix. And as you can see, it's taken about a minute. All right, it's done. Let's add this beautiful puree to our simmering soup. So you just work it out of your Vitamix and we'll stir it in as soon as I get it all out of the container. Meanwhile, you will need to have some grated cheese, grated cheddar. You'll need 2 cups. So have that ready, because that is the next ingredient that we're going to stir in. Doesn't that look lovely? So green. Oh, gotta add a little bit more veggie magic. So do about a teaspoon. And we're going to add some salt. I use kosher salt. And again, a teaspoon should be plenty. But always season to taste. I typically sample whatever I'm cooking along the way. And if I need to add more seasonings, I just do it. There's your beautiful cheddar cheese. This is the Kerrygold cheddar. And we're just going to let that melt into this simmering pot. The fire is very low. And you're just going to stir it around. It'll take about a minute or two until the cheese is all melted. And we are almost ready to serve this beautiful soup. Let's add in our heavy cream. I used a 1/2 cup. And we've also got sour cream. We'll do a 1/4 cup of sour cream. I have turned the fire off. And we're just going to stir these in. And then we'll be ready to serve this soup. Our broccoli soup is finished, and there's thousands and thousands of recipes for broccoli soup, and this isn't the only version that I cook, but I wanted to share it with you because it's just so healthy and hearty. So that's what we're having for lunch today on Super Soul Sunday, and I hope that you will cook with me and give it a try. I'm going to put all the ingredients in the link below so that you can get everything ready, and you can have this from prep to table in about 45 minutes at the most. If you want some toppers, you can add a little bit of more cheese. and a little bacon. And if you want to sprinkle some parsley on there too, you can. This is great to serve with bread, and actually it's a substantial soup. So if you want to put it in a bread bowl, you just line your bread bowl with cheddar cheese so it doesn't leak, and fill it up with soup. So thanks so much for watching and cooking with me, and please consider subscribing to the channel, and we will be back next week with another soup for your soul. Thank you.